Hello and welcome to the Triune Physics aka Physics Bible. Today we'll be treating mathematics, and this mathematics is tailored to help JAMB student and Waec student. Okay, these topics you would expect them in this year's exams, and these topics are serious ones, hot topics. And in this channel, we'll try by all means to see how we can help you to succeed. And I pray for JAMB student especially as you are writing your JAMB this week. Success is your portion in the name of Jesus. Yes, like Daniel received favor and he was 10 times better. Remember, Daniel was 10 times better in his own JAMB and Waec exams. So this is your own time to be 10 times better. So quickly, you are going to type in your expected score for this year's JAMB. Yes, type it. Then also type your overall score for each subject. Type it. And then after your result has been released, come and relate it with this. You're going to see that for some of you, you're going to be 10 times better. So please stay with us as we delve into mathematics. This is mathematics, JAMB questions, and Waec tailored to help you in passing your JAMB perfectly and your exams correctly. So begin with the most important topics. If you are able to study and memorize and understand these topics, I'm telling you, almost 80% of your questions will be solved. And then for JAMB student, please, JAMB, they are not fools, okay? All the options given to you, they are not far from the correct answer. So for you to be able to pick the correct answer, in case you are confused, try to eliminate known wrong answers. Use the elimination method to reduce your options so that you'll be left with probably 2 options. With that, your knowledge will be able to help you to pick the correct answer. I hope you are following. And then always spend at least 1 to 2 minutes. Don't spend more than 2 minutes on a question if you want to finish your exams and to pass properly. And then I pray for JAMB students, your computer system, your network, everything will function properly in the name of Jesus. Every form of satanic handwriting, my Bible tells me that he's going to blot out all the handwritings of the enemy. So every handwriting that will cause your exam not to be successful has been tarnished and destroyed today in the name of Jesus. The spirit of remembrance will be imparted upon you in the name of Jesus Christ. So today, let's dive deeply into mathematics. Question 1. Simplify 3x squared minus 5x plus 2 minus into x squared plus 2x minus 1. Close bracket. So you are expected to simplify. When you hear simplify, it means reduce until you cannot solve again. Reduce that particular value or given equation to its lowest term until you cannot do anything again with it. So that becomes your final answer. So with this, let's pick out this question. So we're going to rewrite this question. Always note that the triune concepts, especially that we use in physics, can also be related to mathematics. If you observe, most of your equations are in 3 parts. Okay? They're always in 3 parts. So that gives us the idea of the triune concept and the components of a given equation. So the equation says that 3, okay, let's insert this in bracket and say 3x squared, okay, minus 5x plus 2, let's close bracket, minus, open bracket, x squared plus 2x minus 1. So this will give us 3x squared minus 5x, okay, plus 2 minus x squared minus 2x plus 1. I hope you are following. Give us plus 1. So rearranging now, you group by collecting like terms. So that we'll have 3x squared minus x squared, okay, plus minus 5x, isn't it? Minus 2x plus 2 minus 2 plus 1. Yes, 2 plus 1. So that this will give us what? 2x squared minus 7x plus what? 3. This gives us our final answer. So our final answer becomes what? B. Question 2. Solve the quadratic equation 2x squared minus 5x minus 3 is equal to 0. So you can see they are specific about quadratic equation. The triune components of a quadratic equation, we have the ax squared, the first part, plus bx, the second part, plus c, equaling 0. So these are the triune components of the equation, where we have, from this equation, we have our a to be 2, our b minus 5, our c is minus 3. Okay, so if we solve by factoring or using the quadratic formula, remember, we're going to, for factoring, you find two numbers that multiply to give you AC. Okay, two numbers that you can multiply to give you AC, and that will be 2 into minus 3, which will give you negative 6 altogether. Then you add up numbers that will give you what? Minus 5. So that B, that is equal to minus 5, if we look for these two numbers that will give us this, it will be equal to minus 6 plus what? Plus 1. Okay, minus 6 plus 1 will give us this. So if we rewrite this into the original equation, what are we going to have? We are going to have 2x squared minus 6x plus x minus 3 is equal to 0. Okay, so that we factor by grouping. We factor by grouping. You have 2x into x minus 3 plus 1 into x minus 3 is equal to 0. So what do? We, since our brackets are the same, we'll pick the outer one, 2x plus 1, okay, multiplying x minus 3 will equal 0. Okay, so we're going to set each factor to 0, so that we'll have 2x plus 1 is equal to 0, and this will tend to 2x is equal to minus 1, and finally our x will equal to minus 1 over 2. Is that clear? Then our x minus 3 will equal 0, and this will tend to x is equal to 3. So our correct answer to this question is A. A is this. Question 3. Find the value of x in the equation log 2x minus 1 is equal to 3. Altogether, so for us to solve this question, the equation is in the form of log b of a is equal to c. Okay, this is the equivalence, and is equal to b of c is equal to a altogether. So from the given equation, our b is equal to 2, our a is equal to x minus 1, and our c, which is a triune component of this, is 3. So that 2 raised to power 3 is equal to x minus 1. Are you following? Is equal to x minus 1. So if we are solving this further, we're going to have 2 raised by 3 is 8 is equal to x minus 1. So that x will now equal 8 plus 1, which is equal to 9. Are you following? Do we have 9 in our option? Yes, we have 9. So this is our answer. Question 4. The sum of the first n terms of an arithmetic progression is given by the sum of the numbers is equal to n over 2 into 2a plus open bracket n minus 1 close bracket d and then close bracket. If the first term is 5 and the common difference is 3, find the sum of the first 10 terms. Find the sum of the first 10 terms. So from this question, if you realize, we are given an arithmetic progression problem, and our a is given to be 5, which is our first term, and our common difference, okay, d is equal to 3. So we need to find the sum of the first n terms, and the n term is equal to 10 terms, okay? So that our S of 10 is unknown. We're together. So using the formula, S of n is equal to n over 2 into 2a plus open bracket n minus 1 close bracket d, then finally close your bracket. We now have by substitution S10 is equal to 10 over 2, right? Into 2 into 5 close bracket plus open bracket 10 minus 1 close bracket and close your bracket. Are you here? So that S10 is equal to 5 into 10 plus 9 multiplied by 3, isn't it? So that what are we going to have next? Our S of 10 will now equal 5 into 10 plus 27. Okay? 10 plus 27. So that our S10 is equal to 5 into 37. So that our S of 10 will equal 185. So this gives us our answer to be A, 185. Question 5. Find the fifth term of a geometric progression whose first term is 2 and the common ratio is 3. So we group these questions according to the topics. Okay? Topics you'll be expecting in this year's examinations. So please pay attention to them and refresh your memories. Then if you have questions, you drop them in the comment section down below. Don't forget to subscribe if you are here to subscribe to this channel for more tutorial videos. So let's solve this now properly. If we are solving this question, we know that the nth term of a geometric progression is given by t of n is equal to a r n raised power minus 1. Okay, where a is the first term and r is the common ratio. We're together. So we are given a to be 2, we're given r to be 3. So we need to find the fifth term. Exactly. And the fifth term, that is n, is equal to 5. Are we together? So by substitution, we have t of 5 is equal to 2 times 3 raised to the power 5 minus 1. So that will have this to be 2 multiplied by 3 raised to the power 4. 5 minus 1 is 4. So that our T5 will now equal 2 times 81. So it gives us 162. Our final answer is 162. A is our answer. Question 6. Given the function, okay, further math students, given the function f of x is equal to 2x squared minus 3x plus 1. Okay, you can see that this, although this is in the form of quadratic equation, exactly, but your knowledge of further maths will help you into this. I hope you are following. So we have this. To find f of minus 2, we are going to substitute x as minus 2 into the function f of x is equal to this. So anywhere we see x, we are going to replace x as what? Minus 2, because we are given the function of x to be minus 2. So anywhere we see x will equal negative 2. We substitute that into this, exactly. So that we'll have f of minus 2 is equal to 2, open bracket, minus 2 squared, minus 3, open bracket, minus 2, plus 1. So that we have f of minus 2 is equal to 2 into 4 minus into minus 6 plus 1, isn't it? So that this will equal 2 multiplied by 4 is 8. Then we'll have plus 6. Then we'll have plus 1. So that we'll have our final answer to be 15. So A is our answer, 15. Question 7. If f of x is equal to 3x plus 2 and g of x is equal to x squared minus 1, find f of g and that of x. Are we together? So if we are going to find this solution, the composite function is what we're going to use. F of g and g of x means we are going to substitute g of x into f of x. So anywhere you see g of x, you substitute it into f of x. Are we here? So if we write this out, we're going to have f of x is equal to 3x plus 2. G of x will equal x squared minus 1. Are you following? That's what is given to us from the equation. So by substitution now, f of g and g of x will equal f x squared minus 1, okay, and is equal to 3x squared minus 1 plus 2. F g of this will equal 3x squared minus 3 plus 2, which will give us 3x squared minus 1. So this gives us our final answer, 3x squared minus 1. A is a correct option. Question 8. The coordinates of points A and B are 2 and 3, and then -4 and 5 respectively. Find the midpoint of the line segment AB. So here our question 8 is centered on the midpoint of a line segment with endpoints. Okay, so your knowledge of gradients or the slope of a graph will now be applied here. Okay, if you understand that. But we're going to use the formula x1 plus x2 because it's midpoint. So we have over 2. Exactly. And then we also have what? y1 plus y2 over 2. So these are the formulas we are going to use. Okay. For the first, we have A, and A is given to be 2 and minus 3. Okay. Then we have B, and B is given to us to be minus 4 and 5. Are you here? So midpoint for x coordinates, we're going to have what? Into this formula, if we substitute, S1 is 2, okay, 2 plus, open bracket, minus 4, all divided by 2. So that this will give us minus 2 over 2. This will give us -1. Then for y coordinates, we're going to have minus 3 plus 5 over 2. So that this will equal 2 over 2. This is 1. So answer is minus 1 and 1. So -1, +1 is answer A. Question 9. Find the equation of the straight line passing through the point 1 and 2 with a slope of 3. Okay, so these topics are very important. So please learn them and understand them. Use a point slope form of a linear equation to solve this. And what's the formula? Y minus y1 is equal to m into x minus x1, where x1 and y1 is the point 1 and 2. Okay, and then your m is the slope, which is 3. I hope you are following. M is equal to the slope, which is 3. Then our x1 is equal to 1. Our y1 is equal to 2. Are you following? So by substitution, we're going to have y minus 2 is equal to 3 into x minus 1. So that y minus 2 is equal to 3x minus 3 Okay, so if you make y the formula, you have what? 3x minus 3 plus 2. So that y is equal to 3x minus 1. This gives us our final answer, 3x minus 1, which is A. Question 10. The equation of a cycle is open bracket x minus 2 close bracket squared plus open bracket y plus 1 close bracket raised to the power 2 is equal to 25. Find the coordinates of the center and the radius. Find the coordinates of the center and the radius. The standard equation of a circle with center h and k and radius can be rewritten or can be written as x minus h squared, okay, plus y minus k squared and is equal to r squared. Are you following? So with this, if you understand or remember your Pythagoras theorem, you'll be able to deduce this. So comparing this to the given equation, you realize that we have x minus 2 squared plus what? Y plus 1 squared is equal to 25. So if you compare the two equations, what do you see? You will now see that for the first equation, you have x minus h squared. This matches or is the same thing or x minus 2 squared. Okay? So by substitution, if you check this properly, you see that this will equal h and is equal to 2. All together. So for the second part, you're going to see that y minus k squared will match y plus 1 squared. Okay, this will tend to y minus open bracket minus 1 close bracket squared. Okay, and when you do this, what are we going to have? Our k, okay, will now equal minus 1 all together. So we'll solve for the last one now, which is r squared is equal to 25. So that if you make r the subject of the formula, r will equal the square root of 25 and it will give you 5. So you see we have 5, we have minus 1, and we have what now? We have 2. So let's check our options. You'll see that our option B gives us the correct answer. Question 11. Find the distance between the points 3 and 4. Then we have 6 and 8. Distance between 2 points can be solved using the idea of Pythagoras. Okay, but this is in two-dimensional shape or objects. We have x-axis and y-axis. Okay, so if we are solving this, you check, you see that we have x1 and y1, and we also have x2 and y2. Are you here? So from our given formula, you understand that our distance, let's say our d is equal to the square root of what? Open bracket x2 minus x1 squared plus y2 minus y1 squared. Our given points are 3, 4, and what? 6, 8. So let's substitute now. So that our distance d is equal to the square root of our x2 is 6 minus 3 x1 squared plus y2 is 8, okay, minus 4 all squared. So that this will equal square root of 6 minus 3 is 3 squared plus 4 squared. Is that clear? So this will also give us the square root of 9 plus what? 16. So that our d will equal the square root of 25, and our d equals 5. So the correct answer is what? Is C, 5. Question 12. What is the value of sine 150 degrees? What's the value of sine 150 degrees? So you can see that our options are in short form for most of them, or the answers are in a special angles. So your knowledge of special angles will play out. And for JAMB student, I would advise you, especially for physics exams, always check your options, okay? Before you even attempt the question, check your options. Your options will guide you, so you will know if you are going to convert any parameters. Altogether, when you check your options, you read your question, and the SI units attached to your options will also guide you to know the formula to apply and to know what you are making the subject of the formula. I hope you are following. Please check our physics tutorials for better understanding. This channel will make everything simple. Okay? So, learn and pass properly. We are here to help you out. So, let's solve this question. Your knowledge of special angles, if you realize the angle is 150 degrees, right? 150 degrees. And it is in the second quadrant, isn't it? Second quadrant. Okay? So everything here must not be greater than 180. I hope you are following. So for us to get the reference angle, it will now become 180 minus 150. Okay? Which will give us 30 degrees altogether. So the sine function is positive, yes or no? The second quadrant, the sine function is positive because we are dealing with the second quadrant. With that being said, we can now say that sine 150 degrees is equal to sine what? 30 degrees from what we have seen. And this from our special angles is 1 over 2. Okay? So our answer is C. Question 13. Simplify sine theta over cos theta plus cos theta over sine theta. Are we here? So from your previous knowledge, you understand that sine theta over cos theta is equal to tan theta. Yes or no? Please, your knowledge of soccer tour will play here. Soccer tour. Are you here? If you look at saw, what is common? H is here, H is here. So if H cancels out H, then you have O remaining and A remaining. So if you check tan theta, you have O and A. I hope you are following. That is why S over C will give you T, because in S we have O and in C we have A. I hope you are following this, and this will give you tan theta. So which is why sin theta over cos theta is tan theta. Okay, then we have cos theta over sin theta. It's like we are inverting. I hope you are following. Will give you cot theta. Okay, so if you rewrite these two now, sin theta over cos theta plus cos theta over sin theta will give us tan theta plus cot theta. Exactly. So to simplify further, we'll find a common denominator. What's our common denominator here? If we simplify further, if you look at this equation, you see that our denominator is what? Cos theta and sin theta. So our common denominator become cos theta sin theta. Okay? So our numerators will now become what? Sin square theta plus cos square theta. I hope you are following. This is to guide you to know what you are doing, please. If you use the identity function, okay, you will know that sin square theta plus cos square theta is equal to 1. Okay, so that we now have 1 over cos theta sin theta. So if we use the reciprocal identity, or identities. So if we substitute that into our original equation, we have 1 over what? Cos theta sine theta. Using the reciprocal identities, we know that sec theta is equal to 1 over cos theta. Okay? And cosecant theta is equal to 1 over sine theta. So if you equate the two, 1 over cos theta times 1 over sine theta will give you sec theta cosecant theta, and this gives us our answer, final answer. And what's our final answer? If we compare this, you see that the option B is correct. Then if you check from where we are coming from, okay, you look at the option A is also correct. I hope you are following. Option A is also correct. You need to be very careful as to where the question is heading to. But this one stopped halfway. So in JAMB and Waec, the options are not just there. The options, some of them are even correct, but they have been solved halfway. So please be careful and solve your question properly. Question 14. Solve the trigonometric equation. Sin x is equal to 1 over 2. For x is equal to or greater than 0, and x is equal to or less than 360. Are you here? So if we are solving question 14, the sine function is positive in the first and second quadrant, right? So the basic angle in the first quadrant for which sine x will equal 1 over 2 is when x is equal to 30 degrees. We have solved the equation that is similar to this in one of the questions above. So in the second quadrant, the angle will now become what? 180 degrees minus 30 degrees, which will give you 150 degrees. Within the range, you see that x is greater than or equal to 0, and x is less than or equal to 360 degrees. So the solution to this question is 30 and 150 degrees. So A is the correct answer. Question 15. In a triangle ABC, of side A 5, side B 7, and side C to be 60 degrees, find the length of side C. So question 15 is giving us an idea of a shape that the angle is less than what? 90 degrees. I hope you are following. This angle is less than 90 degrees. So always remember that if your angles are less than 90 or greater than 90 but less than 180, okay, but less than 180, you are going to use what? Cosine rule for the hypotenuse or resultant vector. Okay, in physics it is called resultant vector. Then for the angle, you are going to use sine rule altogether, except if the angle is now 90 degrees, right angle triangle, then you are going to apply Pythagoras and SOHCAHTOA. So for this, our formula is meant to be in the form of c squared is equal to a squared plus b squared minus 2ab cos c. Our given data, we have our a to be what? 5. So we have c squared is equal to 5 squared plus our b is 7 plus 7 squared minus 2 into 5 into 7 cos our angle is 60 degrees. I hope you are here. So that if we solve this further now, we have c squared is equal to 25 plus 49 minus 2 into 35 okay, multiply by 1 over 2. You know why? Because cos 60 is 1 over 2. So c squared is equal to 74 minus 35. So that your c squared is equal to 39. And c will now equal square root of 39. Okay, check your option. Square root of 39 is here. So please, most of the time, your knowledge of special angles and their values will help you out in JAMB examinations especially. So let's proceed now to question 16. If n is equal to 2i minus j and b is equal to I plus 3j, find a plus 2b. First, we're going to find 2b. Okay? Then 2b will equal what? 2 into I plus 3j. Are you following? That is our b, I plus 3j if you substitute. Then this will now tend to 2i, if you open the bracket, plus what? 6j. I hope you are getting this. So now we are going to add a and b together. That's what the question is saying. We are going to add a and b together, this one. I hope you are here. So if we are doing that, then we are going to have a plus 2b is equal to, open bracket, 2i plus j plus, open bracket, 2i plus 6j. So we are going to collect like terms by grouping I and j components together. So we are going to have 2i plus 2i. Then we have plus, open bracket, minus j plus 6j. Okay? So 2i plus 2i will give you what? 4i plus 5j. So our correct answer is B. Note, in the second line I wrote plus j instead of negative j, but it has been corrected. So our answer is correct to be 4i plus 5j. Question 17. Find the scalar product of vectors u. And vector u is 1, negative 2, and 3. And then vector v is 4, 0, and negative 1. This vector is in 3 dimensions, okay? These vectors are in 3 dimensions. So your knowledge of 3-dimensional vectors will help you out. So we have 2 vectors. We're going to use the scalar product, which is the dot product of 2 vectors, to solve this. Because we are giving u to be u1, u2, and u3. Then we are giving v to be what? v1, v2, and v3 also. So if we connect this, u dot v will now equal what? u1 v1 plus u2 v2 plus u3 v3. I hope you are following. So by substitution, we have u dot v to be 1 multiplied by 4 plus minus 2, okay, multiplied by 0 plus 3 multiplied by minus 1. Is that clear? So that u dot v will now equal 4 plus 0 minus 3. Is that clear? And this will give us 1. So our correct answer is 1, which is C. Next question. Given matrices A is equal to 2, 1, 3, 4. This is 2 by 2 matrix. And then we have B to be 0, 5, 1, minus 1, and 2. So for us to be able to find A plus B, what do we need to do? We need to add matrices and add the corresponding elements. So let's do that clearly. A plus B is equal to, A is what? 2, 1, then 3, and 4. Then b is what? 0, 5, minus 1, and 2. This will equal, if you expand this, it will equal 2 plus 0, okay, and then 1 plus 5. Exactly. Then we have this to be 3 plus minus 1. Then we have 4 plus 2. We have 2, we have 6. We have 2, we have 6. So this gives us our answer. So if you check 2, 6, 2, 6, that means A is our answer. Question 19. If M, matrix M is equal to 3, negative 1, and 2, 5, find the determinant of M. Find the determinant of M. So for us to find the determinant of M for a 2 by 2 matrix, then our M will equal A, B, C, D, okay? The determinant being, let's use depth of M is equal to AD minus BC. Take note of this. Exactly. So that our given matrix is M, which is equal to 3 minus 1. Then we have 2 and 5. Okay. So our A is equal to 3. Our B is equal to minus 1. Our C is equal to 2. Our D is equal to what? 5. So if you substitute into this, our determinant of matrix M is equal to 3 multiplied by what? 5 minus into minus 1 multiplied by 2. And this will give us what? 15 minus into minus 2. Okay? So that this will now equal 15 plus 2 and is equal to 17. So this gives us our final answer. Question 20. Evaluate the limit in 3x squared minus 5x plus 1. Okay? When x tends to 2. So for us to solve this question, this is a limit of a polynomial function. For a polynomial function, the limit as x approaches a value, and it is found by direct substitution. Okay? By direct substitution. So as we say that lim 3x squared minus 5x plus 1 as what? X approaches 2, we'll now say that this will equal 3 into 2, okay, because x approaches 2, squared minus 5 into 2 plus 1. So anywhere you see x, you substitute x with 2. I hope you are following. So that this will equal 3 into 4 minus 10 plus 1. Okay, this will equal 12 minus 10 plus 1. So that we have 2 plus 1 is equal to 3. So our answer is 3. Where is 3? B is our correct answer. I believe you are following us. If you have questions, you can drop them in the comment section down below. And please don't forget to subscribe and share this with your colleagues or fellow students in other classes. Welcome to the Triune Physics, aka Physics Bible. Question 21. Find the derivative of y is equal to x raised to power 4 minus 3x raised to power 2 plus 7x minus 5 with respect to x. So we are going to be guided by x. We use the power rule for differentiation. Okay, the power rule for differentiation. So that we have d over d of x, or you say dx. I hope you are following. Into x raised to power n will give us what? Nx raised to power what? N minus 1. And the rule for constants d dx will give us our constant c and is equal to 0. Okay, so by substitution, what are we going to have? Dy over dx as x raised to power 4 will give us 4 x, okay, raised by 4 minus 1. I hope you are following. Based on this, it will give us 4x raised by 3. You are differentiating so that dy over dx of minus 3x squared will give us what? Minus 3 times d over dx into x squared. And this will give us what? Minus 3 times 2x raised to power 2 minus 1, which will give us minus 6x. Are you following? Then let's pick the last part, which is dy over dx, okay, of 7x will equal 7 times d over dx into x raised by 1. So that this will give us 7 times 1 x raised by 1 minus 1, which will give us 7x raised by 0. And this will give us 7 times 1 and is equal to 7. Okay, sorry, we've not done that of minus 5. So dy, please bear with me, we're managing space. Dy over dx of what? Minus 5 will give us what? 0. So if you combine everything now, you will now see that we have what? Dy over dx is equal to, what we got was 4x raised by 3 minus 6x plus 7. Okay, and this gives us our final answer. So if you check the equation, you see that A is absolutely correct. Question 22. Find the derivative of y is equal to 1 over x raised by 3. Okay, so for us to solve this also, similar topics. Okay, we group these questions so that you'll be able to know that these questions are very important, or these topics rather. So if we are solving this now, we know that if we rewrite this, we are going to have 1 over x raised by 3 is equal to y. Using negative exponents, we now have y to be what? Equal to x raised by minus 3. Are you here? Use the power rule for differentiation. So if we are using the power rule, we have d over dx into x raised to the power of n. Okay, this will equal n x raised to the power of n minus 1. By differentiation, continuation, we have dy over dx. Okay, it is pronounced as dy over dx, please. Dy over dx into x raised by minus 3 is equal to minus 3x raised to the power of minus 3 minus 1. And this will equal minus 3x raised by minus 4. Okay, if you rewrite this using positive exponents, then we'll have negative 3x raised by negative 4 will equal negative 3 over x raised to the power 4. Okay, so if we check our answer, we see that A is the correct answer. Question 23. If y is equal to, say, exponential 2x, then find dy over dx. Remember that we're going to use a product rule for differentiation. Y is equal to u dot v. Then we can say that dy over dx is equal to u dv over dx plus v du over dx. If you check our equation, let u equals what? Exponential raised to power 2x, and what? V equals cos x. So we're asked to find du over dx. Du over dx using the chain rule. If u is equal to exponential f of x, u over the x will now equal what? Exponential f of x, okay, f prime of x. F of x is equal to what? 2x. And f prime of x is equal to 2. Okay, then the u over the x will now equal exponential 2x times 2. And this will now give us 2 exponential 2x. Okay, we are not done. Take note of this. So, solving further, we are going to find the v over the x. Okay, this will give us the v over the x cos x, and this will give us negative sine x. Are you following? If you differentiate this, it will give you this. So if we apply the product rule now, we'll now have the y over the x is equal to e raised by 2x exponential 2x sine x plus 2 exponential 2x cos what? X. So if we rearrange this now, you now see that the y over the x will now equal 2 exponential 2x cos x minus exponential 2x sine x. So this gives us a final answer. So let's check our options. Option C, 2 exponential 2x cos x minus e raised by 2x sine x. So this is our correct answer. Question 24. Find the gradient of the tangent to the curve y is equal to x raised by 3 minus 2x plus 1 at the point where x is equal to 1. So the gradient of the tangent to a curve at a point is given by the value of the derivative at that point. Okay, so find the derivative of y. Of y is equal to x cubed minus 2x plus 1. So that the y over the x is equal to 3x raised by what? 3 minus 1. Then minus 2x raised by 1 minus 1 plus what? 0. So that this will equal what? 3x raised by 2 minus 2. Is that clear? So we'll evaluate the derivative at x is equal to 1. So if x is equal to 1, then the gradient at x is equal to 1 will give us what? By substitution, 3 into 1 squared minus 2 is equal to 3 times 1 minus 2. As to give you 3 minus 2, which is equal to 1. So our answer is 1. Question 25. Evaluate the indefinite integral. Okay. Using integration 4x raised by 3 minus 2x plus 5 dx. So if we are solving this, your knowledge of other maths will also help out. So integration x raised by n dx is equal to what? Xn plus 1 all divided by n plus 1 plus your constant. Is that n that is not less than negative or is not equal to negative 1. Integration c dx is equal to cx plus c. We are going to integrate each term separately. We are going to have integration 4x cubed dx is equal to 4 integration x raised by 3 dx. And this will equal 4 x 3 minus 1, all divided by what? 3 plus 1. Then plus your constant C1. Let's call it C1. So that this will equal 4 raised to the power of x raised to power 4, all divided by 4. So that this will be plus constant 1, C1. This will tend to what? 5 dx. Okay? Then if you are picking the second part, let's integrate the second part. We have integration negative 2x dx will give us negative 2 integration x raised to power 1 dx, which is equal negative 2 x 1 minus 1. Is it 1 minus 1? 1 plus 1 all over 1 plus 1 plus your constant. Let's call it C2. So that this will equal negative 2 x raised to power 2 over what? 2 plus your constant C2. And if you do this, this will equal 5x. Are we together? Integration 5 dx is equal to 5x plus C3. So we are going to combine the results and the constant into a single constant C, so that we have integration 4x cubed minus 2x plus 5 dx is equal to x raised to power 4 minus what? X raised to power 2 plus what? 5x plus C. Option A is correct. Question 26. Evaluate the definite integral. Okay? From 1 to 2. Integration x squared dx. X squared dx. So evaluate the indefinite integral first, then apply the limits of integration. And our limit of integration is 1 to 2. We are going to use the fundamental theorem of calculus. The fundamental theorem of calculus. So integration, our limit is what? A to B. We have f of x dx is equal to f of x, our limit from A to B, is equal to f of B minus f of A, where f of x is the antiderivative of f of x. Okay, of f of x. Are you following? So if we solve this now properly, we have x squared dx is equal to x raised to power what? 2 plus 1 all over 2 plus 1 plus your constant, don't forget it, is equal to x cubed over 3 plus your constant. We can ignore the constant C for definite integrals. Okay, we can choose to ignore our constant C. Then if we solve further, because of space, let's say this 1 to 2, we have x squared dx is equal to, open bracket, x cubed all over 3. Our limit is from what? 1 to 2 is equal to 2 raised to power 3 all over 3 minus what? 1 raised to power 3 all over 3. Are we together? So that this will equal 8 over 3 minus 1 over 3. And this will equal, our LCM is 3, to equal 8 minus 1. So that this will give us 7 over 3. That becomes our answer. 27. Find the area under the curve y is equal to x raised to power 2 from x is equal to 0 to x is equal to 2. The area under the curve y is equal to f of x. Okay? And it is from x is equal to a. to what? X is equal to b. We are given the definite integral to be a to b will give us f of x dx. Right here. So here we have f of x to be equal to x squared, okay, and a is equal to 0 and b is equal to what? 2. So that our area will now equal integral from 0 to what? 2 x squared dx. Are you following? So the antiderivative of x squared is x cubed over 3. Right here. So that the area now will give us x raised by what? 3 over 3. So that our limit is from 0 to 2. And this by substitution will give you what? 2 for our x raised by 3 all over what? 3. Okay? So that this will be minus 0 raised by 3 over 3. So that we have 8 over 3 minus 0. So our final answer is what? 8 over 3. 8 over 3 is B. Question 28. What is the total number of possible outcomes when a fair die is rolled once? Know that a die has how many sides? It has 6 sides. Okay. So if it has 6 sides, we know that it has from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Are we together? So a standard fair die has 6 faces, and the numbers are from 1 to 6. When you roll it, any of these faces can land upwards. So there are what? 6 possible outcomes. 6 possible outcomes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So our answer is 6 possible outcomes. So B is our answer for 28. Question 29. A bag contains 5 red balls and 3 blue balls. If one ball is drawn at random, what is the probability that it is red? So mathematics students, take note of this topic. So for us to be able to solve this probability, the total number of balls in the bag is what? We have 5 red balls and 3 red balls. So we're going to have total number, okay, to be what? 5 red balls plus 3 blue balls, which will give us 8 balls totally. So the number of favorable outcomes drawing a red ball is what? Is 5. Okay, because we have 5 red balls. So the probability now is equal to number of favorable outcomes right here all over what? The total number of possible outcomes. Total number of possible outcomes. Are you following? So this will give us 5 over 8 as our answer. 5 over 8. Question 30. In a class of 30 students, 18 studied mathematics, 15 studied physics, and 7 studied both. How many students study neither mathematics nor physics? So this question is under what? Sets. A universal set to be what? 30 students. Okay. Then remember we have mathematics, physics, and both. So we have 2. So if this is M, this is physics. Then this region is both. I hope you are following. So if that is the case, we have 18 here, we have 15 here, and this center, this middle part, we have 7. How many students study neither mathematics nor physics? Okay, we want to know the students that neither studied mathematics nor physics. So for us to solve this quickly, we need to know that we need to use the principle of inclusion exclusion for two sets, so that we have mathematics union physics is equal to n into mathematics plus this into physics. I hope you are following it. Minus n into mathematics intersection physics. Are you following? So n into mathematics, which is m, is equal to number of students studying maths, and this is 18. Okay, then n of p will give us 15, and then n of m intersection p will give us what? 7. So number studying at least one subject will give us what? N m union p, which will equal 18 plus 15 minus 7, which will give us 37 minus 7 and is equal to 26. I hope you are following. Then total students in the class is what? There are 30 students. So number studying neither will equal total students, total number, minus number studying at least one subject. Number studying at least one subject. The number of students studying neither will now become 30 minus 26 and is equal to 4. So our answer is 4, which is A. Question 31. How many different ways can the letters of the word math be written or arranged? Okay. How many different ways can this word be written? So the word maths has how many letters? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So the number of different ways to arrange this number, okay, will give us n factorial. Exactly, n factorials. So the number of arrangements will now become 5 factorial. And 5 factorial will give you what? 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. So 5 times 4 is 20 times 3 times 2 is what? 6 times 1. So that you have your answer to be what? 120. 120C is the answer. 32. How many ways can a committee of 3 people be selected from a group of 8 people? How many ways can a committee of 3 people be selected from a group of 8 people? Are you here? So the number of ways, the combination problem, this can be solved. Order in which the people are selected does not matter. The number of ways to choose will be, let's use K to represent that, from a set of n items will be given by a combination, a formula C, or is a combination n and k will equal n over k. Okay, and this will give us n factorial all over k factorial into n minus k factorial. All together, we need to select k is equal to 3 people because the question says a committee of 3 people. So with that, if k is equal to 3, then our n will now equal 8 number of people. So C, 8 and 3 will equal 8 factorial over 3 factorial into 8 minus 3 factorial. And this will equal 8 factorial over 3 factorial, 5 factorial. Are we together? So by expansion or extension, 8 factorial will give us what? We are going to multiply 8 downward. So we have this will equal 8 times 7 times 6 times 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. That's what it means, okay? All divided by 3 factorial will give us 3 times 2 times 1, okay? And 5 factorial will give us 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. Are we here? So, if we are solving this further, let's clean this now because we've seen what we've written. We have 8 to 1. Then we're going to have C, 8 and 3 will equal what? 8 times 7 times 6 times 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. If we reduce this, we're going to have what? If we cancel, all divided by 3 times 2 times 1 and 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. We're going to be left with 8 times 7 times 6 over 3 times 2 times 1. 8 times 7 times 6 will give us what? 336 over 2 times 3 times 1 will give us 6, and this will give us 56. So 56 is B. 33. Find the mean of the following set of numbers. These are the numbers that we should find the mean values. So remember that the mean value is also called average value of a set of numbers, as it is the sum of the numbers divided by the count of the numbers. Okay, the sum of the numbers divided by the count. So the sum will now become what? 2 plus 4 plus 6 plus 8 plus 10. This will give us 30. Exactly. Then the count of the numbers. If you count them, you see that we have 5 numbers. So our mean value will now equal 30 divided by 5, which will give you 6. So our mean value is B. Find the median of this following set of numbers: 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11. So for us to find the median, it is the middle value in a data set, okay, that is ordered from least to greatest. So if there is an even number of data points, the median is the average of the two middle values. So imagine this one, we have how many values? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you see we have even numbers. So we will now pick the middle values, which will give us the two innermost. Okay, but we have not rearranged. We are meant to rearrange the values. So the other set now, based on this, if you look at this value, oh, they are already arranged, right? This 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11. They have been arranged for us. So there are 6 data points, and we have even numbers. We have 6 numbers. Okay, so the two middle values will now become what? 5 and 7. 5 and 7. So if 5 and 7 are our values, because they are the third and fourth values, then median is equal to what? 5 plus 7 over 2, which will give you 12 over 2, which is the same thing as 6. Answer to question 34 is 6. 5. The angle of elevation of a top of a tower from a point on the ground 50 meters away from its base is 45 degrees. What is the height of the tower? This question is asking us for the height of a tower. So let H equals the height of the tower. The point on the ground, the base of the tower, and the top of the tower from a right angle triangle. The distance from the base is the adjacent side. Okay, the adjacent side is the distance from the base. So it is given to be 50 meters, and the height of the tower is the opposite side. Okay, so we're having this. If this is our tower, this is given to be 50 meters. Okay, and the height of the tower is the opposite side. So this is the opposite side, exactly. Then our angle, the angle of elevation is 45 degrees altogether. So we are going to use the tangent function. Okay, and our tan theta is what? tan theta of angle of elevation will give us what? Opposite over what? Adjacent from SOHCAHTOA. Exactly. So that tan 45 degrees, okay, will equal h over what? 50. Exactly. So that if we solve further, since tan 45, recall from your special angles, if it is JAMB question you are solving, you need to be very careful. Familiarize yourself with these special angles. So remember that tan 45 is equal to 1. Okay. So if we substitute now, you will see that tan 45 is 1. So we'll now say 1 is equal to h over 50. If you cross multiply, our h is equal to 50 times 1, and h is equal to 50 meters. So our answer is B. Question 36. A sector of a circle with radius 7 centimeters has an angle of 120 degrees at the center. Find the area of the sector. Take pi to be 22 over 7. So if we are solving this, the area of a sector of a circle is given by the formula what? A is equal to what? Theta over what? 360 degrees multiplied by what? Pi r squared. Hope you are following. Where theta is equal to what? The angle at the center in degrees, and r is the radius. And r is the radius. So if we are given our theta to be 120 degrees, our r is equal to 7 centimeters, then we are using pi to be this. Then we'll now say that area A is equal to what? 120 by substitution over 360 multiplied by 22 over 7 times what? 7 centimeters squared. Are you here? So if we solve further, our A will equal what? 1 over 3, right? Times 22 over 7 times 49. Okay? In centimeters squared, please. So that if we solve this further, what are we going to have? We're going to have 1 over 3. This will equal 1 over 3 times 22 times 7. 22 multiplied by 7 will give you 154 over 3, which will give us approximately 51.33 centimeters squared. Okay, that is our answer. 51.33 centimeter squared. B. 37. The volume of a cylinder is given by V is equal to pi r square h. If the radius is 3 centimeters and the height is 10 centimeters, find the volume. Leave your answer in terms of pi. So it means don't convert pi. Okay? If it's JAMB, also check your options. It will guide you to know if you are converting your pi or not. Always check your options before you even attempt the question. So for us to solve it, the volume of a cylinder is said to be V is equal to pi r square h. So, and our r is given to be, from the question, what's our r? 3 centimeters. What's our h? Our h is 10 centimeters. So if we substitute, we have V is equal to pi, they say in terms of pi, into 3 squared, right? Multiplied by 10. So that this will give us pi multiplied by what? 9 multiplied by 10. So that our V is equal to 9 multiplied by 10 will give us 90 pi centimeter cube. Is that clear? 90 pi centimeter cube. You know why? Because our centimeter squared here is squared. Our centimeter here is squared. And our centimeter here is 1. So this will give us centimeter cube. Is that clear? So the correct answer to this question is C. Question 38. If x is less than y, okay, and y is less than z, Then which of the following is always true? Which of the following is always true? So for you to solve this question, you know that this is a transitive property of inequality. If one quantity is less than a second quantity, and the second quantity is less than a third quantity, like you are seeing here, the first is x, the second is y, the third is z. Then the first quantity is less than the third quantity. Okay, so we'll now say x is less than y, and y is less than z. Then if that is the case, x is less than z. I hope you are following. X is less than z. So our answer becomes what? C. X is less than z. Solve the inequality in question 39. 2x plus 3 is greater than 7. So if we are solving this inequality for x, we say that 2x plus 3 is greater than 7. So we're going to subtract 3 from both sides. This, when you are solving this, you can decide to bring in your equality sign. Okay, your equality sign. When you are done, you can replace it. You can substitute for it. But for now, we can move with this, please. Let's move with this. So if that's the case, we are going to subtract 3 from both sides. Okay, or we say collect like terms. Anyhow you're going to put it. So that we have 2x will be greater than 7 minus 3. So that 2x will be greater than 4. So here we divide through. We are looking for x. Divide through by 2. So that x is equal to 4 over 2. And the answer is 2. So x is greater than 2. The solution to this is A. Then question 40, the last question. Find the sum of the infinite geometric series. Infinite geometric series. 1 plus 1 over 2 plus 1 over 4 plus 1 over 8 plus infinity. So for you to solve this question, this is an infinite geometric series. Okay, with first term, our first term here is a and is equal to 1. And our common ratio, r, is what? 1 over 2 over 1. Okay, mathematically, this will give us what? 1 over 2. This is our common ratio. So the sum of an infinite geometric series exists if the absolute value of the common ratio is less than 1. Okay, less than 1. So here you'll see that we have 1 over 2 is equal to 1 over 2, and this is less than 1. So the sum exists. For us to solve this, let's use our formula for the sum of an infinite geometric series. So S infinity will equal A over what? 1 minus R. So that S infinity will equal 1 over 1 minus 1 over 2. So that this will equal 1 over 1 over 2. Yes or no? And if we have that, S infinity will give us what? 1 times 2, which will equal 2. So 2 is our final answer. So thanks for staying till the end of this tutorial. I believe this is to aid you in your exams and to come out with flying colors. Our wishes for you and our prayers for you is to come out with a very high grade. So in this JAMB and Waec, wishing you success in your mathematics exams. If you love this tutorial, please, you can encourage us by subscribing and sharing our videos. If you have questions, you can drop them in the comment section down below. And don't forget, I told you to drop your expected score for this year's exam. So if you have faith to believe, it will come to pass. Because the expectation of the righteous shall not do what? Be cut off. So, because him that knows the end from the beginning knows what He has planned for you. For I know the thoughts that I think towards you, thought of peace and not of evil, to give you an expected end. So wishing you success in your exams. Connect to our social media handles at Physics Bible, the Triune Physics, for latest update. Thanks for joining us. Stay equipped, stay liquid.